So Dr. Nancy McKenzie is joining me from Arapahoe Park Pediatrics in Highlands Ranch, talking more about how their office is accommodating patients and parents, and then also some tips on how to prepare parents and good self-hygiene, of course. Thanks for joining me, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
So your office, you've made some significant changes there in the office. Tell me about that.
So what we've done starting last week, we are having patients come in separate entrances. So any kind of respiratory illness is coming in one door and is being escorted to rooms right away. And then the other door is going to be healthy kids or visits that involve sick visits that do not involve any contagion. So that's how we're handling it. As of today, we're dividing it up further in that we're having all well and non-contagious illness to be seen in the morning, and then in the afternoon we're doing all respiratory illnesses. Other things that we're doing is we're doing more telehealth visits, so any mental illness appointments, anything we can do over the phone, PI, ongoing cough, cold, even croup, we're going to try to do some telehealth visits. We are going to try to sneak in a few car visits as appropriate. If someone in the morning has a kid with a high fever, maybe it's a sore throat, we think it's going to be strep, we'll run down to their car, do a visit and a strep test, and send them their way.
Yep, super helpful. Other tips that you have for parents in terms of their physical health, also their mental health?
Yeah, so obviously all of our school age kids are out of school, and this happened fairly abruptly. So everyone's having to figure out how to handle having their kids at home. Who's going to take care of them? Do they have to take time off of work? Obviously, it's very stressful. So I think we need to be super reassuring with our kiddos, and then, come up with some fun, constructive things to do. We can still go outside, go for walks, nature hike, things like that. We're going to have a facial and nail day at my house later in the week, but, just some fun things to do, in addition to trying to get a little bit of schoolwork done if the school is requiring that.
I think that's really good. You're always really good at explaining things to kids. You have for my kids for years, so I thank you for that. Are you having kids there that are overly concerned and seeing some anxiety surrounding this? It's a hard thing for all of us to understand, especially kids.
Right. I mean, yes, we have. And certainly if parents are anxious, our kids are picking up on that. So maybe overwatching, all of the news. Funny thing to say as we're on the news. But I think overwatching that with the kids in the room maybe is not a great idea. And then to reassure that we're doing the right thing, where we're not going to be out in big crowds, we're washing our hands, we're doing everything we can. And then importantly for our kiddos, kids have done very well with this. They're having very minor illness. Clearly, as adults, we need to know that that doesn't mean that our kids can't spread this around like crazy to people who could be, quite affected. So I think reassurance and let them know that we're doing everything we can and that, we will be fine.
And lastly, you had told me earlier that you have done some tests. You're waiting for results from some tests in your office.
So we've never got the test kits. I'm not sure if any pediatric offices have, but we have viral kits for LabCorp and Quest that most of our, and I think all of our insurances use here in this area. But again, very few, because we normally don't send out very many viral tests. So we're waiting for some of those to come back. And, we will test people if we think it's appropriate, and if the tests are available.
All right. Well, thanks again. I appreciate your time, and all the best to everybody there at the office.
Thank you. We're being very careful. Thank you.